Good morning, I'm Olivia. Welcome to my SilverSneakers chair yoga class. Let's get started. Okay. Sit against the back of the chair, if you will. I hope you can see me back there. Now, today you get to see some of my class today. We have a nice group of people here today. Everyone has to turn to them and say hi before we leave. Let's do that. Those of you here in the front, just turn around and wave. Good morning. All right. Settle on back into the back of the chair. Let your eyes just drift closed. If that's comfortable for you, if that makes you a little uneasy, then just drop your gaze downward. But whatever you do, I want you to kind of come back inside and say, I need to give myself permission to be here now and to let go of everything else that needs to happen later today, anything that happened in the past. Let yourself just be present. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Doesn't that feel good? Just say that to yourself. That feels so good. Get to the top of that inhale, pull in a little more breath. And then get to the bottom of that exhale, use the rib cage and squeeze out a little more breath. All right. And eyes open, move out to the edge of your seat. And then in order to find the sit bones, let's just roll back towards the tailbone, roll forward, maybe roll over to the side, and then the other side, and then see if you can find the very tip of the sit bones right underneath you. Yeah. And then draw the hands back a little bit so the elbows are right next to your side instead of forward here, lifting the heart. Actually, when they come back, you tend to lift the heart a little bit more. When you come forward, you round. So if you bring those elbows back lined up with your body, you should be right smack on. Tip the head, lifting that ear to the ceiling. Let's extend those left fingers down towards the earth for a little extra stretch. And then come right back up. We'll go the other side. Same thing without moving the shoulders. Just tip the head and let those right fingers extend down. So give them a little extra stretch down. Come right back up. Hands on the kneecaps. Scoop the belly. Separate the shoulder blades in the back. And then we'll go back the other way. Hands at the crease of the hip. Squeeze them inward and lift the heart. All right, let's take this together. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, lift back. So some seated cat and cow. Exhale, slide forward. Inhale back. Exhale, as you slide forward, push the rib cage skyward and backward, and then inhale, lift the bottom of the rib cage up. Watch your head doesn't fall back. You don't want to cram up those vertebrae in the back of the neck. And again, just lifting the heart and the head will follow. One more time. Oh my goodness. That's really good. Really good. And then slide the ribs over to one side, slide them to the front, to the other side, and then back. Pull that belly in. So I'm just going to move my rib cage, all right? I'm not moving on the hips, and it can be small. It takes a little focus and a little concentration to do this. But you'll get in touch with those muscles that allow you to do this. And then switch directions. And arms out to the side. I'm going to hinge over. I take my feet a little bit wider for a little broader base. And just notice this is the rib cage moving. You need hands here or here. That's fine. Relax your face. Relax. Don't yawn. Your face won't help you do this. Like this. Yeah. And one more time. All right, both arms up. Turn to the right, let the arms float down. Now scoot back up. Come to the center. Go to the other way, all the way down. Lift those arms back up. Use those core muscles to do that. Down. One more time. Push back up. Resist that. Almost as if you're trying to lift up something very heavy. Right back up. From here, hinge forward. Tuck the chin. Look under your chair. And then halfway rise. Let that heart move forward. I'm going to push my sit bones back to the chair. Belly in. And then reach forward. You've got this beach ball right here. Give it a squeeze. And put it in one hand. Open up. Yeah. Draw the elbows back. Take the gaze up. And then push the ceiling up. Now while the hands are up, tuck the tailbone underneath you. And then all the way back up. Grab that right knee. Up and out and around. You can grab underneath. You can even just take the foot on the ground if that feels better to you, whatever is accessible. Head over heart over pelvis. So the key to this is don't move anything in the torso. All right. Hold still. Not that you're doing that, but that's what it would look like if you are. All right. Switch hands. Look to that right wall. Turn the gaze behind you maybe. Come on back to the front. Extend that leg out. And then out to the side. Come back in and drop it down. All right? And again, out. And back down. Again. And one more time. Try to hold still. And right back down. And then brush that foot out. All right. And don't get those gorgeous yellow socks dirty. And again. All right. Deep breath in. Up comes the other knee. All right. And then from here, we're going to rotate this out, keeping head over heart over pelvis. Holding still. And again. And now switch hands. A little twist, looking to the left wall, maybe towards the back. We come back to the front. Extend that leg out. Did you go out to the side? I guess I did, yeah? And then touch it back down. And then again, strong foot right there. Take your time doing this. And down. Don't panic. And one more time. Out. And all the way down. And then we're just going to brush out. A little bit of a break. All right. And walk both feet out a little bit wider. And let's go all the way around now. And you can choose your own adventure here. You want to take this deeper? That's okay. You want to take it a little more narrow? That's okay. You'll still feel this in the hips. And then switch directions. And again, fire on those abdominal muscles when you come back up and around. And one more. Walking your feet in, deep breath in. Now bring the hands together here at the heart. Okay, I'm going to drop my left hand to my left knee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open one leg, come right back in, and then the other side. And let's look to the hand today. Let's not try to confuse that anymore than we are. And all right, slide out, slide back in. So we challenge the brain right away. And again, out. Come right back in. One more time. The other one. Other way. Right back in. Reach forward. Now, you are sitting nice and tall on the sit bones. What I want you to do is scoop this belly here and reach forward to me. Sit up nice and tall. Deep breath in. Exhale. Roll the tailbone back. Sit up nice and tall. Scoop the belly. Sit up nice and tall. Scoop the low half. So this is going to be upper body. Yes. Nice and tall. And this is going to be lower half. One more time. Upper half. Oh my goodness. Feels so good to me. And down. All right. Deep breath in. And all the way down. Take that left hand. Slide it down towards the knee, towards the shin, towards the ankle, and slide right back up. It's your choice how deep you want to take this. Other side. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring that navel in towards your spine as you do this, though. Come right back up. Again, right and left. You know your limitations here. And right back up. And one more. If you just want to come to the front of the knee, top and front of the knee, that's fine too. All right, press the arms back. Deep breath. We scoop. Feet underneath you. Deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Push up. All the way. Really nice. And all the way down. All right, just come into standing mountain pose right here. Heels under the sit bones. In fact, if you got one of those blocks, your feet would probably be right inside one of those. I would imagine maybe on the lines. Nice and tall. I'm going to let my hips push over to the right and reach that right arm up. As you do this, bring that left rib cage down towards the hip. Pass through the center. We go the other way. Right rib cage, bring it down towards the hip. And right back up. Again, down. Is anybody hot? Suddenly I'm just sweaty. Yeah. And all the way up. Okay, let's move around to the back of the chair. Shake out a little bit, grab a drink of water. My goodness. You know what happened? Woo.
I walked right into that. Just turn it.
Okay, back to downward facing dog first. Step on back. Maybe swing your fingers out. If you need to grab the chair, that's okay. Get any movement you need in here. Ooh, I like to bend one knee and then the other, and maybe turn my tailbone to one corner and then the other. Tuck the tailbone and then release whatever feels good to you. And then we'll come to just some stillness. So you have lower the heart to that range of motion that feels good. I have a little bend in my knee, my belly pulled in. See if you can lighten up on the hands and take the weight towards the feet. So you really fire on the legs and the toes when you do this. Coming to some stillness. Breathe deep. All right, taking the gaze over the chair. Step in right foot, left foot. And then we're just going to lift up on one heel and then the other, like you're trying to crack in your feet there. All right, so see if you can lift that heel as high as you can, these 5-inch stilettos. Sorry, guys. And again. All right, leaving that right heel up right here. And then see if you can come to some balance with the ball of the foot on the ground. Okay, easy enough. Little micro bend in that supporting leg. Then maybe rise to the toe. Maybe take it up higher. Use the chair if you need to. That's why it's there. Curl the heel into your seat. We're going to hinge and shoot that foot back. Toe ball heel. Rise up. Deep breath in. Circle sweep down. You should get a nice calf stretch when you're doing this. And again, circle sweep down. Come all the way back up. Holding this big fit ball right here in your arms. Take a little baby arc over to one side. And then the other side. This is just the rib cage moving. We're going to bring this ball right down to the hip. Drop that right shoulder, lean into the chair, lift that left shoulder so you have a nice twist. All right, circle sweep, come all the way back up, reach to the ceiling, push forward, and down. Okay, same thing on the other side. Let that left heel leave the earth. We'll transfer the weight. Have a little micro bend in my leg. Come to some balance if you can. Maybe let the foot leave the earth. Use the chair if you need it. All right, from here, curl that heel into your seat. Hinge, shoot it way back. Chair anytime. Toe ball heel goes down so you have your left foot back, your right foot in front. Deep breath in. And let's circle sweep. Come all the way back up. Front knee is over the ankle, and that's not changing. Even when I hinge at the hip, I'm not sinking into the knee. I'm hinging at my hip, and that's what's taking me down. One more time. All the way up. All right, again, you've got this fit ball. Drop your shoulders. Fire on the core muscles. Over to one side. You feel a nice side stretch right there. Pass through the center. Nice side stretch on the other side. Now we're going to bring this ball right down to the right hip. Bring that left shoulder towards the chair. Look to the right. All right, circle sweep all the way back up. Step that back foot in. And let's take a forward fold all the way down, right straight down the middle. Take this halfway rise, look towards the chair, squeeze the shoulder blades back. And then the circle sweep all the way up, nice. And release. Step into the chair with the left hand and turn to the right wall. And we'll take these sunflowers here. First come into star pose. So arms are gonna reach skyward. Everybody drop your shoulders. Oh, lovely. Connect the ribs to the hips. Big difference, huh? Put that little micro bend in your legs. And now as we hinge forward, bend the knees. That's the key to this. And circle sweep, come right back up. If you're not sure you're gonna get yourself back up, that's what that chair is for. Lean forward into this. And then maybe touch the little fingers on the ground and the thumbs as you come up. Maybe take your gaze with your hands going down and up. It's all a bit of a challenge for your balance as well. And again. One more time. Stay in this upward motion. Drop your shoulders, star pose once again. Let's bring that left hand to the chair. Go ahead and find it. And then sink into that right knee. And we're going to arc over towards the chair with that right hand up and over your head. Turning the gaze maybe skyward. Let this left shoulder drop. Don't let go of the chair though. Breathing deep. All right, that right arm's going to circle around, come back to the chair. You're going to lift that back heel. Yeah, we'll come into our high lunge first. One hand, maybe two hands. It's up to you. If you're keeping a hand on the chair, let's keep that left hand on the chair. Okay. Nice. And now if I was going to come into crescent pose right here, we're going to bring the heart forward a little bit more. Take the gaze up, take the heart up a little bit, and then that begins to create this crescent pose. You can really bend. You can put bends in the elbows there. That's okay. They can be in goalpost arms. The heart moves forward. All right. Crossing the arms in front. Doesn't matter which one in front. Draw the elbows in. Deep breath. Now tap the chair in front. Reach right back up. Deep breath in. Same thing again. These are all great balance moves. If you need the chair, put one hand on the chair, please. And up. All right, release. We're going to circle sweep the arms. Step that back foot together. Deep breath. Upward salute. Take the gaze upward. Reach a little bit higher. And then just let everything float back down. Ribs, hips connect. See how you feel. Okay, other side. Right hand on the chair. Stepping back. Star pose first. Drop your shoulders. Connect the ribs to the hips. Put a little micro bend. My feet are wide here. My toes are facing the corners of my imaginary box. All right. This time we'll take moonflowers, which looks like this. You're simply going to bend the knees and bend the elbows. And then push right back up. And then again, hinge forward a little bit, but it's not the same as sunflower, so you're not going to purposely lean forward. Sinking down. Rise back up. And again, move slowly. Oh, these are so good. I have my best pupils in both classes today. And rise up. One more time. All right, rise right back up. Drop your shoulders, connect the ribs to the ribs. Make yourself as big, top to bottom, side to side, but thin, front to back. Okay, right hand on the chair. Bend that left knee a little bit. We're going to arc that left arm over the top of the head, towards the chair, towards the front of the room, or towards me, I guess. And then maybe turn the gaze to the ceiling. It's up to you. That hand's firmly planted on the chair. Let that right shoulder drop a bit. Nice. Circle sweep that arm back, down by the hip to the chair. We lift that back heel. It's like we're pushing the grocery cart. Coming away in a high lunge. Crescent pose. Let the heart come forward a little bit more so you don't crunch back on those vertebrae. The heart's going to move forward. Elbows open. Okay, here we go. Cross them over. Deep breath in. Exhale. I ask you to reach out right here. Touching the chair. Come right back up. If you need balance, put hands on the chair. It's okay. And again, exhale. Reach out to the chair. All the way back up. We're going to circle sweep, step both feet in, move slowly, move with intention, and forward fold. Halfway rise. Oh my goodness. Heart moves towards the chair, and then we come into chair pose. We're going to hold this for a moment here. You've got this big beach ball right here. Bring it down to the right hip. So drop that left shoulder, look to the right wall. Notice your knees are level. Maybe not. Maybe that right one's traveled back. So bring that right knee to line up with the left knee. Back to chair pose. You can still see your toes. You've got this beach ball here. Watch this. Relax. Relax. Over to the other hip. That right shoulder's going to drop, the left shoulder. Now look at your knees. Has that left hip come back, left knee? Line those knees up in front, which may need less twist. That's okay. All right, come right back to the front. Scoop up. Take the gaze upward here a bit and all the way down. Let's take a little chest expansion. So grab hold of your thumb or here or here. Shoulder blades together. Lift the heart. And then maybe lift the hands off the back here. You can bend the elbows. Here's what else I'm going to try. I'm going to hinge at the hip a little bit, keeping my hands away from my tailbone. It's up to you here. Take a little hinge. And then when you're here, just release. Palms to the ground, knuckles to the ceiling. We're an airplane. Nice circle sweep all the way up. Shake out. Grab a drink of water. Good work. Good work. Take the feet out wide, and then once again, rise up on the toes, and then as you lower down, let the heels press out a little bit more. All right, so lifting up, and then press them out. So the outside edges of your feet remain parallel to your little imaginary box. It's a lot of work on the ankles and the feet. It's good for you. And again, rise up. One more time. All right, lift that right toe. Turn the right toe to the right wall and sink into that knee and then rise back up. Sink into the knee and rise back up. You need hands on the chair, go ahead and do it. And I'm going to let this knee come a little bit beyond my heel, my toes right now, but I'm not going to stay there. I'm just getting a little bit of a stretch. You want to keep this baby toe edge of the foot on the ground. Be sure that back toe is turned to the front of your imaginary box. Okay? It's not going to the wall. Turn it to the front of the room. And again. And one more time. All right, come right back and see if we can find warrior two. Yes. Knee over the ankle, back leg straight, check. Right? Reaching the arms as far as you can. Can you get them parallel? You can lift that arm up. It's okay if it's in the way of the camera. It's okay. You can lift it up more. I don't know if you had it down low because you didn't want to be in front, but it's okay. You're not in front at all. All right. Press that little baby finger back. Let the heart lift. Give yourself a hug. Tuck the chin. We're going to do the same thing. So we're moving this upper body, but staying absolutely still in the lower half from the navel down. And you'll notice if you lose your balance, you probably aren't staying still down there, right? And again. All right, all the way out. Now, let's slide the ribs forward. Back to the center, and maybe back just a little bit. They won't go that far. A little forward. Don't move anything in the low half of the body. Just the rib cage. Just right here. Nice. One more time. All right, come on back. Take the gaze over the two-piece fingers. Now we're going to slide and come into extended angle, or side angle. Hand on the leg. Other one reaches to the ceiling. Use a chair with any hand you need it. And then let the hips push a little more towards the chair. Let the shoulders draw back a bit. All right. Looking a little more skyward if that's accessible. Breathing deep. Just circle this arm around. I'm going to pull you right back to warrior two. Without straightening that front leg, we're going to go to reverse. Reaching up. Again, so you're holding this, nothing from the navel down moving. Breathing deep. All right, now straighten that back, front leg, reach a little bit higher. One more thing I want you to do is put that tailbone to the ground. So you'll notice this left hip is going to want to come up. Draw that tailbone to the ground and you will grow another 1/2 inch. All right, that spine is straight. We're going to come into triangle pose. So I love this image. You're going to grab this paintbrush up there, and you're going to paint that right wall. So you got to reach over to it. Windmill the arms. Move slowly all the way down to the foot. So your fingers are going to rest right there on the shin, maybe the thigh, maybe the ankle. It's up to you. Trace your collarbone. Come back looking skyward. Breathing deep. Let's just try this out. If you're not using a chair, take that top hand and slide it into your back right pocket. Roll that shoulder around. Take a deep breath. All right, let's use the feet and push right back up. Toes to the front. Let's walk them in. I need to kind of release my feet. You know how I say you want to grab the ground with your feet like your feet are trying to slip out using those inner thighs? Well, mine were slipping out. These socks, they get old after a while and they don't have as much grip. Okay, other side. So again, as if your feet are slipping out, you want to pull in on the inner thigh right there. So let's go up and down on the toes once again, a couple more times. And as you lower down, push the heels out just a little bit. And again, push out just a little bit. One more time. And push out, then lift that left toe, sink into that knee over the ankle, back leg straight, whoosh, we got it. Head over heart over pelvis. All right, so I'm just going to windshield washer my arms this time. Nice. And then let's do the bottom half scarecrow. It's so cute. I'm sorry y'all can't see this because it's cute. All right, and then the top. All right. And then just goalpost arms. Press the elbows back. And then bring them together. Up high if you can. Tuck the chin. Press them back. Bring them together. Bring the elbows together. Lift them up high if you can and tuck the chin. All right, here we go. Gaze over the two-piece fingers. We're going to slide towards that wall. Towards your left fingers. Left fingers. It's tough on the side. You have to listen to my words and not watch what I'm doing. All right, here we go. Into that side angle. This time, let's just look to the front, okay? Everybody drop their shoulders. Remember, we are all in mountain pose here, right? So, not here. If I stood up like this, I'd be like this, right? So here, mountain pose still. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Yeah, nice. Maybe gazing skyward if that's accessible. Hand on the chair if you need it. All right, circle sweep that arm. All the way back into reverse. Lifting up. Now keep lifting up on that left hip. The fairies have arrived. And keep letting that right hip drop down. We're going to straighten that front leg. Sky archer, reverse triangle pose. We're going to paint that left wall, grab that paintbrush, and reach out to it. And we windmill the arms. Front leg is straight, it's not bent. It has maybe a micro bend in it, that's okay. And then let the hips push forward, let the shoulders draw back. And if this is accessible, we're going to take this right hand and slide it into the back left pocket. Roll that shoulder back, maybe turn the gaze skyward. Keep a firm grip on the chair if you need it. There's a lot of work on the neck here. Wonderful. All right, push through the feet. Let's get yourself right back up. Hands together, deep breath in. And all the way down wide, standing mountain pose. Lovely. Walk your feet back in. Shake out. Let's step back to downward facing dog. Ooh. Any movements you need to get out those kinks, please do it. And then just come to that stillness again. Oh, a couple of breaths. Now, I want you to maybe take a little step, baby step in towards the chair, a little micro bend. I'm going to lift my right hand from the chair. Reach the fingers forward over the chair. You feel those core muscles fire on when you do that. Holding and breathing. Maybe turn the thumb to the ceiling. Breathing deep. And then let it release right in front of you and circle it around. All right, and back to the chair she goes. We'll take the other side. You want to fire on the core muscles. Let that left hand just leave the chair, maybe half an inch, not very much, not very much. You're using your right hand for support, and then turn that thumb to the ceiling. Breathing deep. Try not to let that shoulder lift up. You want to keep the shoulders parallel. Another breath. And then drop it down in front and let it circle around. All right, hands on the chair. Take the gaze over the chair. Step in on the right foot. Lift up. Slide on back. And then as you step in on the left foot, what I want you to do is bend the elbows. Bring your nose close to the chair and then push up. And then sit back. All right, same thing on the other side. Come close to the chair. Let your nose come right past the chair. Lift up, straighten the arms. And back. Upward facing dog. One more time. Lifting up. And back. Tuck the tailbone. Walk into the chair. Roll the spine up. Nice and tall. All the way up. All right, let's grab a drink of water. And we'll balance. Coming into mountain pose again. Broad collarbones, tailbone drawing to the ground, little micro bend in the knees. And let's come into this balance once again. I'm going to lift up my right heel and sink into my knee just a little bit. Now see if you can bring that foot up with the lower center of gravity. You may find it easier. Curl the heel to the seat, hinge at the hip, shoot it back, not terribly far, because I want you to drop both feet are going to be down on the ground. And you're going to come nice and tall. You're going to get a nice stretch right here. Now, get off of the tightrope. And if you've got two blocks right there that are running parallel, and put your feet in the blocks right there. That's just about where you're going to want them to be. Okay, we're going to nice twist first, reaching forward, and open that arm. Now, this hand, my right hand, can drop to the chair if I wanted to, so do that. Notice those right fingers are going to reach a little further forward as the left ones reach back. Drop your shoulders, everybody, and then look to the left wall. Yeah. Breathing deep. Everybody drop your shoulders. Yep. Hands back to the heart. Come back to the front. And let's push up. We'll take the other side. Same thing. So, sink into that knee. Let's do this nice and smooth. Lift the toe. Hinge. Send it back. Not way back. Just back a little ways. Maybe get off of the tightrope if you need to, and onto the railroad tracks. Reach forward and opening that arm. Use that chair if you need to. Reach those left fingers further forward as the right ones fly back. Be sure the hips are squared up, so you may want to draw back on that right hip just a little bit. Yeah. And then drop your shoulders, everyone. Both legs are straight, but have a little bend to them. If you have bent the front one, then bend the back one the same amount. Okay, so they're both bent the same. Nice. Come on back to the front. All right, hands find the chair. We're going to lift this back foot from the earth and flex the foot. So that's going to make you fire on those glutes, hamstring right there. And then instead of being out to the side, bring it a little more behind you so that you can actually square up over the chair. Bend the knee, curl the heel into your seat. Yeah. Now let's take one arm up. Nice. As you pull that heel into the seat, maybe just reach the fingers back. You're not going to reach it, but just reaching back if you find balance and are ready for that. All right, straighten that leg, slide it in, tuck it behind the foot. We're going to take this little arc over. All right, and back. We go the other side, same thing. So let that heel leave the toe leave the ground. I'm sorry, little micro bend on my left knee, and the heel leaves the ground. Curl it into your seat. Each piece I add makes it a little more challenging. I'm going to reach that right arm skyward, and then maybe the left arm back. Up to you. Just splay those fingers out. Like, where's your foot? Where are you? Just trying to reach towards it. I'm not finding it, but that's okay. So right arm up, left arm back. There you go. Yes, I'm watching you, Joanne. All right, out it goes. Tuck it in behind. Get yourself squared up when we take this little arc. Over. All right, and all the way back. All right, take the feet out a little bit wider. And hands on the chair. We're going to squat down right here. Now, depending on the flexibility, you want to be careful about letting the hips fall below the knees, particularly if you have some knee issues, hip issues. But this is a posture that we always do in yoga. It's called Malasana or temple pose. I'm just holding it here. I'm resting my elbows here on the arms, keeping that tailbone tucked a wee bit. You challenge those legs like nothing else when you do this. Take that deep breath in, get oxygen into those quadricep muscles. One more. All right, how are you going to get back up? You can use the chair. You could put the hands on the legs and then push yourself back up. I get it. It's tough to do. Shake them out. Okay. In Malasana, we go down as far as we're comfortable. It's a great back stretch, but I wouldn't never teach you all, but it is good to get those legs strong. I've been working on legs all morning today, so it was good. All right, let's grab a drink and sit back down. Good work. All right, so right leg up. And then what I want you to do is point the toe down. See if you can slide that foot underneath your chair there. And then let the top of the foot press towards the ground. Whatever is comfortable, slide down. If you have shoes on, it's a little challenging to do for sure. But just getting a stretch in the front of the foot, which kind of translates into the front of the shin too. Yeah. You have cramps in your calf muscle? In your feet? Oh, interesting. All right. And then slide it right back out. Let's heel right there on the shin. We're going to slide it all the way up and over if that's accessible for you. All right. Let's put this left foot right underneath the knee. Sit nice and tall. Press that low back forward. Maybe a little hinge. You may want to support this leg. You may want to open it. You may want to hinge. You may want to just sit up tall. Let that low back press forward though and grow out of the spine. Breathing deep. You're hearing my breath, sorry. And then try to let those legs just relax the hips. So focus on letting go there. All right, let's take that leg out in front first, on the ground, hands on the back of the chair, point the elbows back. I'm going to push into the heel of my hands and just lift the heart. Keep the chin tucked. All right, from here, I'm going to put both feet on the ground. I'm going to put a firm grip on the chair and then maybe lift the hips up slightly. Squeezing the shoulder blades. If you have shoulder issues or wrist issues, this is not going to work. Just lifting the heart up. And you decide how far you want to take those hips up. All right. Yeah, good. Good. Slide out. Round over this big beach ball here. And when you get there, front of the legs, breathe. Lift the rib cage to the ceiling. And come all the way back up. All right. Up comes your leg. What do we do with that foot first? We tucked it underneath. That's right. So point the toe down. And see if you can get that foot to slide underneath you there and knock your water over. And when you're home in bare feet, try it. It is tough to do in your sneakers for sure, but get a little bit of a stretch. All right, that foot comes out and it's going to slide up the shin. And then coming over, if this is accessible to you, that right foot is underneath your knee. And then from that slouching position, grow tall. Press that low back forward. And this foot stays flexed. You can support it. You can open it up. You could hinge forward. Get into that comfortable position and then see if you can let those hips relax. And that requires some breath here for me. One more breath. All right. So come back up and extend that leg out. Elbows to the back, lift the heart. Keeping the chin tucked. It's easy to sort of stick the chin out, but when you do that, you can't breathe. So it's stuck. Keep the chin tucked and drive the shoulder blades down towards your tailbone. All right, and then both feet on the ground, firm grip on the chair, shoulder rolls around, and maybe lighten up on the seat just a little bit. Just look into the ceiling. Don't let the head drop back. All right, reverse table, we call that. Yeah. And let's take this forward fold here. So I've got this great big fit ball here. You're going to round that spine over it. And the hands slide maybe to the front of the legs, the front of the knees. Breathe and lift the rib cage to the ceiling. And exhale, roll right back up. All right, walking your feet inward. Left wrist. Maybe the left elbow will find its way to your knee. You're going to turn to that right wall, and I'm going to let my right hand creep towards my hip. Maybe the back of the chair. I don't know, maybe even skyward. It's up to you. All right, we're going to slide that hand into the other side. Wrist first. If this elbow will find its way to your knee, go ahead and do that. You're really hinged forward. The hip, the back of the chair, maybe the ceiling. You decide. But you're going to look towards that left wall. Don't try to look back at me. Really turn and look towards the left wall. Breathing deep. Relax your face. I'm looking at you, John. Breathing deep. All right, let's lower. Come back. Both hands on the thigh muscles. Heart moves forward. Little baby cobra. You're going to push up. And then let the weight of the torso come onto your hands, come onto your legs. Elbows are going to tuck in nice and tight. Forward in that flat back. Heart comes forward, push back up. A little tricep work here. Again, hinge forward, tuck the elbows in right next to your rib cage. Slide right down and push up. One more time. Notice my toes come up, I don't know why. Ooh. All right, we'll push all the way back to the back. And legs out in front. A little wiggle in your toes. Yeah. Hands. Yeah. In and out. And then just cross one leg over. Maybe let that come over to one side. And then we'll cross the other leg over. Just a little stretch down the side. Reach to the ceiling. Come away from the back of the chair if you can. And then feet down. And then push that low back into the chair. Sit all the way back. And come into some, I guess you'd call it seated Shavasana. I've been calling it just seated meditation. Seated Shavasana. Just let go. Close your eyes. Relax those powerful jaw muscles. And furrow the eyebrows. Sometimes for me it means kind of release my ears. Like, I don't know what that means, but you're doing funny things there. So, into the neck, the shoulders, the heart, chest, hips, legs. You might feel a wee bit tired. I hope not exhausted. There's good energy in that breath. So take it in. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and then bring the hands together at your heart. Maybe your life purpose isn't supposed to be a thrill-seeking narrative. What if you're meant to be the sunshine to somebody's stormy day, or the voice of clarity to a frantic mind? You don't have to be a superhero to save the world. Namaste. So true, huh? All right. Let's see.